4 joint favourite, and second number 5 Prefontaine 11-4. The other joint favourite number 6 Ragnar. Non-runners numbers 2 Guardia Top and 4 Mildine Felix. 4 ran. So for the second time in the space of 10 minutes there, we had an ex-French performer winning on its British bow. Maybe the trend happening there throughout the day. We'll keep a look out for any more similar sorts. But that was the 3 o'clock race for you from Fonwell. So again, to keep us right up to date, just putting these results into our results system as quick as we can. There we go. And that result is also now in, so we are smack bang up to date. We'll be back at Fonwell later. I'm afraid it's another small field, the 3:35 beginner's chase, just the 3 runners when we looked earlier, but we'll keep checking for any more potential absentees. But they all go, at least all 3, in the next race on the card at Fonwell. Our next visit to Ascot wouldn't be too far away, and the runners are more or less assembling at the start now at Ascot for the next race coming up there, which is the 3:10. Greenside doesn't go. Number 1 is a non-runner. Let's have a look at the betting for you, and it is Radiance, Carl Berg's runner, who's the favourite. Radiance has got entries this weekend. Indeed, was down to run tomorrow, but obviously is running today instead. 13-8 then for Radiance for Carl Berg. And when you look at these amateur riders races, obviously anything that's ridden by Simon Walker catches the eye, and sometimes they may tend to go off just a little bit shorter than perhaps they're entitled to because he's on board. But Radiance is our 13-8 favourite. Cliffs of Capri won the race last year, so won it 12 months ago under the same jockey, Alex Ferguson. It didn't perform that well last time out on the all-weather, but he'd been running well prior to that. But the ground wasn't as soft as this 12 months ago. But nevertheless, Cliffs of Capri is quite well fancied for a follow-up and is 4-1. Also 4-1 for Marshall Dan for Heather Main, and James Harding. He's been on the upgrade. This race is over 7 furlongs, and Marshall Dan has won a couple of times over that distance, but both on fast ground. It didn't get the best of luck in running at Windsor last time out by all accounts, but that was over a mile anyway. So back to 7 furlongs should at least help Marshall Dan, who's 4-1. King's Pavilion for Jason Ward. Not too familiar with the jockey Aaron Cagney on the King's Pavilion. Got back to winning ways at Beverley a couple of months ago, but hasn't really shown that level of form since then. Goes well with cutting the ground though. Paris Mountain on 9-1, horse number 5 for Tim Easterby. Will Easterby, he's been in good form in these type of events. Ridden a couple of winners in the past fortnight. Paris Mountain, well beaten at Ayr last time out, but he won one of these races at Chester under Will Easterby time before last, and has won on soft ground in the past as well. So 9-1 could be a big price. We've got Horridge Storm in this. Rod Millman, his team in form, and Rod's son Patrick on board Horridge Storm. He went close to his first win in a Goodwood handicap back in June.
10 seconds.
Second in just a small field. Rod Millman had, as I said, a winner the other day. Raffiot on 22-1. That would be the outsider here. Well, Gary Moore, though, has just had a winner over Jumps at Fontwell just a few minutes ago. Botox Hard, that was over hurdles, of course, so he's looking for an across-the-card double on Raffiot, who's actually running in a handicap for the first time. We were talking about ex-French horses winning. We had one winning at Hexham, of course, Chiquier, and then that Botox Hard. And Gary Moore's charge here, Raffio, won on his debut in the French Maiden Company back in January. So, unexposed, Raffio, another ex-French performer. We'll find out what happens, won't we, the 3:10? We're ready.
Yeah, off they go then over 7 furlongs for this Amateur Jockeys contest, and as they break away, it's pretty level start, and there's a bit of bumping and boring going on as they exit the stalls. Going to sort themselves out now, and possibly just Cliffs of Capri on the front end, although just slightly squeezed out. Marshall Dan it is, he moved forward, and we've lost one there, unsuited riding Raffio, and that I'm sure was due to the bunching. There was no room for it. I think he clipped heels in the end. But so a rough start to the race. The rest of them are continuing, and Raffio is actually unscathed and racing loose towards the stand side. But up front then it's Marshall Dan who shows the way from close up King's Pavilion. They're being tracked then by Radiance, who's in 3rd place. Last year's winner Cliffs of Capri just starting to be cajoled along. Horridge Storm racing towards the far side, and the one who's struggling is Paris Mountain as they head down past halfway and towards the final quarter mile. Marshall Dan's got a narrow advantage still from King's Pavilion, pressing towards the near side. Horridge Storm trying to get involved. Cliffs of Capri is starting to pick up under Alex Ferguson and starting to close as well. As they race down towards the distance, King's Pavilion moves to the front, but immediately pressed by Cliffs of Capri, last year's winner, and is coming to try and deliver again. Horridge Storm not out of it under Patrick Millman's drive, but King's Pavilion is tenacious out in front. Cliffs of Capri fighting back again near side. There's very little in it. Trying to get to them is Horridge Storm. 3 horses. It's just King's Pavilion on top though, and King's Pavilion will claim it. Horridge Storm never near a second. Cliffs of Capri every chance in third.